Hello, Minister. Hiki America this, and welcome to another indie game. This one's called When the Snow is Gone, and it's by the developer JADE. And this is a submission for the Winter Vision Novel Jam 2025 and the Interactive Fiction Showcase 2025. I walk along the endless hallway of the stairs that connected to the narrow corridor. The building's floor plan is maze-like. This is not just any building. It is the whole town growing in 3 dimensions. It confused me for a few weeks trying to go anywhere. I'm gonna up the volume of the game a little bit so you guys can hear. By memory, by landmarks, or by the signs that usually pointed to where they were supposed to. Before I could finish my train of thought, I stood in front of a door. I love games like that, look like this, by the way. I knocked. It's unlocked, said a flat voice from inside. The padlock was still on the door. The voice wasn't wrong. It was unlocked from the inside. I fished out the room key and unlocked the door. Carefully, I turned the doorknob, opening it as quietly as I could. Wait, I think I can zoom this a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's better. The smell of old books filled the room. Light shone in from the window, reminding me it was a summer morning. There I saw him. A transparent outline of a man sat by the window, staring aimlessly at the scenery outside. Around him were a few books lying about. The owner of this room, my employer, a ghost. I formally greeted him. Good morning, he replied in his flat tone, his gaze fixed on the window. I took the cold, stale cup of coffee from his side table and asked if he wanted another cup. He paused in his thoughts. Yes, please, said the ghost. Before turning his attention back to the scenery, he never touched the coffee. Still, he wanted another fresh cup. As a ghost, maybe he only wanted the smell of coffee. His employer ghost, spirit, manifestation, or whatever definition fit him, had hired me to keep the place tidy. That was all that he remembered. He had no other memories of his past life. The weather is good, he said as I placed the coffee down. Its outlines shimmer in the summer light. Odd. But in a way, beautiful. We finished our coffee. I finished my coffee. The ghost's coffee remained untouched. Then my work started. I went to the reading room and returned the books lying around to the bookshelf. The ghost read a lot. How did he even turn the pages? That's what I was wondering. I didn't know. I always read when I wasn't here. Books were always scattered around the place every morning. I guess he wasn't very good at handling them. It was my usual routine, putting books back in the right order. There wasn't much to do. As housekeeping for a ghost went, he lived as if he wasn't even there. Here. Now that live was the right word to describe his existence. My thoughts ended as I placed the last book back on its shelf. No title on it, just a white flower on a dark green cover. In the afternoon, I sat in another chair beside the window with him, reading a book I had brought with me. I asked him why he was always in the middle of piles of books every morning. Sorry for troubling you with the books. I can move things around. but it will never be as good as what hands and fingers can do. I can feel what I touch. His voice sounded sad. Maybe ghost stories were like that, because of how clumsy they were. They just throw everything around. They made scary noises like poltergeist. They might just be trying to open a jar of peanut butter or a cup of yogurt, only to end up disappointed. That would be really frustrating. When they realized they could no longer taste food. You can go home earlier today, the ghost said. I want to be alone. As if we had guests coming. Nobody's coming. There's a book, the one with a winter flower in it. I feel like I need to read that. I had to read it alone. I nodded. Took care of a few more things in the pantry. Then said goodbye and left. Second day passed. The ghost seemed weaker today. It's really, I don't know if you guys can hear it because the volume is kinda low, but the music of this game is really nice. It's really weirdly peaceful, but like a little melancholic, I think. He didn't read or ask for coffee, just sat there, staring at the rain. I was worried it looked like he could fade away into thin air. After my work was done, I sit with him. Last night, while I was reading that book, many paragraphs felt like deja vu to me. I thought I might have read this book before, but I never did. Deja vu. The feeling of having lived through the present situation in the past. An illusion of memory. Associated with temporal lobe epilepsy, they said. My god. All that a ghost without those components of the brain could experience such things. How's the ending? I asked. I hadn't finished it. I don't think I want to know the ending. If the book is about me, then that is how my life ended. The ghost told me. He had no memories of his past life except one thing. Her. It's always her, right? I still remember her. She's the reason I stayed here. Somehow I know she will be here. One day she will open that door and say, sorry I'm late. Maybe. Just maybe. Sadness caught in his throat. He didn't remember how long he had waited for her in this room. 10 years, 20 years. A lifetime or more? Even though she might be dead by now, I have all the time in the world to wait until she's reborn. Reincarnation? Strange for one who works for a ghost like me. I don't believe in reincarnation. There are too many questions about it. How does the soul economy work? Will we run out of souls someday? What about animals? Do we get reborn as dogs or cats too? That wouldn't be so bad. I wasn't buying my cat's life. What if she was reborn as a boy? I teased. That wouldn't be a problem. He chuckled softly. But why here of all places? I'm sure she will remember this place, said the ghost. I neither agreed nor disagreed with his hope. Compared to wandering endlessly, searching for someone who might not even exist anymore. Waiting in this room for her to arrive, by chance, is not less unlikely. Then I asked if I could read that book. He declined. It's better to keep it to himself, he said. With a rain-darkened sky and barely any sunlight from the window, the ghost, more transparent than on other days. I did nothing but bid him goodbye and leave. Third day, goodbye. I brought some nice tea and cookies from a famous bakery, Norse, today. He was sitting in the same spot near the window, his transparent body blended with white sky outside. It was beautiful, yet sad. The girl said I didn't need to do the housework today. I went to the pantry and made tea for both of us, and prepared the cookies. I knew he couldn't eat them, so they were all for me. Suddenly, snow began to fall. Let's go to the rooftop. I tried to pull his ghostly hands without success, but he followed me anyway. I walked up to the rooftop, very white. It was all white and so bright that I squinted at the light and snowy vista. The ghost already there, waiting for me. I wasn't surprised by his ghostly tricks anymore. We stood together. My breath puffed thick steam with every exhale. Curious, I blew my breath towards his face. It passed right through him. We laughed. The snow fell gently. It was the first time I had seen him outside his room. Snowflakes passed through him. His gaze, unlike in the room, was no longer fixed outside the window. Its eyes met mine. Suddenly a light breeze drifted between us. I felt it. Whoa, whoa, wordless, wordless. Claire, Claire, blood, don't do this. We will meet again. What the fuck? I didn't think this was one of those games. Yeah, the cold whiteness of snow. And the presence of someone I had known for a long time. Epilepsy of the brain. Deja vu. My face went numb as I tried to make sense of the sudden rush of memories. I was kind of expecting the MC to be the wife. The ghost reached out and touched my face. For a second, I thought I felt warm from his hands. It wasn't possible. He was a ghost, and I was still living. I wanted to feel him, but I felt nothing. I found you at last. I tried to reach him, my voice shaking. Me too. The ghost replied, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I keep apologizing. I came back late. Too late. Its gaze locked onto mine. From his fingertips, his outline began to fade away. I tried to catch his hands, but they too vanished into thin air. Just like that, he was gone. Now I know. All this time, I was her. I came to this room every day, trying to remember him. Hope someday to open that door, telling him, sorry I came back so late. Way too late. Now, that's why I believe in reincarnation. The last day. The moment they mentioned cerebral palsy and like problems with the brain, they're like, it's me and he doesn't remember. But that's a terrifying thought. Like, imagine your illnesses follow you after you die. The faint smell of old books was still here. Most of them had been moved. That made this place more hollow than before. In that corner, his empty chair. A book with a winter flower on its cover lay on the table. I sat down in the chair that used to be his, and the pages began to turn. He was right. It's really hard to turn a page without fingers. The end. When the snow is gone. visual novel by some Jade Shantaborn. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making the game. It was very beautiful and sad, and I love it. That's it. Not going to the back menu. I guess I'm gonna stay in this darkness. Wait. It loops around. Okay. I really like this illustration, by the way. It's really, really nice. So that was When the Snow is Gone by the developer Jade. This was really. I like this kind of short visual novels that actually feel like reading a book. It had some what I believe are typos. I don't know, like maybe some grammar, translation issues. I don't know. But it's really well written. It really makes you feel things. I think that I don't think it was needed to say that I was her all the time. I think I mean, it's necessary the for the character of her to come to a close, right? But I don't think as a reader that's needed. It's not a problem. I'm just mentioning that. I think it's pretty obvious from the beginning. They have a bunch of subtle things that they don't need to tell you, right? They don't need to show. They just need to tell you. It was really nice reading this, just piecing all together. It doesn't say too much. It doesn't say too little. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the illustrations. I enjoyed the feeling, the vibe of the game. You know, like this sadness, this emptiness, this a little bit of hope of like them getting together, or at least acknowledging each other, right? It was really nice. I really enjoyed this one. If you guys want to play the game, experience it for yourself, the link will be down in the description with all the games I played so far. Please give it a try. This is part of me playing at least one indie game every day of December for Christmas. If you like that, please subscribe and like the video. I will appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next indie game, stream, or whatever I decide to do with this channel. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, developer, for making the game. It was really beautiful. And I will see you guys later.